Hi guys, Mike Bellinger with Commit to Fit for Life. Today we're going to talk about how to structure a basic workout routine. If this is your first day in the gym, you're not sure what to do and not sure where to start, today we're going to cover a basic workout routine and how to get started with that. And we're going to start as soon as we get back. Come back and see us. Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about a basic workout routine. How do you get started with your basic workout routine? We have three pieces really to that workout routine. It's going to be cardio, it's going to be weight training, and it's going to be core conditioning and flexibility. We're going to cover all three of those pieces today in your workout routine. The first thing is cardio, and I have three pieces of equipment here that I wanted to show you that you might use with this. One is going to be an elliptical style trainer. The second thing would be a recumbent style bike, and the third thing would be a treadmill. Those are three low impact pieces that you might use to do your cardio part of your workout. One of the things too, question wise, as a trainer, most popular question I get as far as with the cardio equipment is how long do I go, how intense do I go? And I want you to remember this acronym, FIT, F-I-T. And the first part of that is the F in FIT is frequency. So you want to do this frequent enough, about 3 days a week you want to do your cardio equipment at an intensity level that is at a moderate level. Now how do you determine that moderate level of intensity? We have two ways to think about this. One of the things I want you to think about is called the talk test. If you can talk while you're doing your cardio, whether it be on a treadmill, on a elliptical bike, or on the stationary bike or an elliptical, if you can talk, hold a conversation, and you could even talk to yourself if you wanted to kind of get an idea, am I overexerting? If you're overexerting, you will not be able to hold a conversation. You'll be out of breath and breathing too heavy. So that's one way to think about what intensity level to do is we call it the talk test. Another thing you can do is use a method we call PRE, or perceived rate of exertion. This PRE method takes a 1 through 10 of thinking about your exertion from level 1 through 10, and we'll look at that idea here, rating your exertion from 1 to 10. 1 meaning that it's very, very easy, you can go all day long, up to 10 thinking, man, this is extremely intense and I can't do too much more with that. So I'll show you a chart here that kind of shows that. 1 being you're okay to go, you feel great, your breathing is okay, and you feel like you can do this all day long. You're breathing pretty normally. All the way down to a maximum intensity level of 10 to where you feel completely exhausted, you feel like you can't do any more. So we really talk about this perceived rate of exertion as a way of indicating how much intensity you're putting into your workout. And what I would suggest is staying between 1 and 6, thinking that 10 is the extreme, 1 is minimal. I want to stay between that 1 and 6 level of exertion, and that way my perception of where I am should be between 1 and 6, and that way I know I'm not overdoing it. Okay? If you stay within that between 1 and 6, you're going to be able to go all the way up to 40 minutes, between 30 and 40 minutes. Okay? So that's the cardio part of your workout. We talked about the elliptical, the recumbent bike, and the treadmill being three pieces of equipment that you can use to do the cardio part of your workout. Okay? When we come back, we're going to be talking about your weight training part of the workout and also your core conditioning. All right, guys, the second part of your basic workout routine, we talked about the first part being cardio. The second part is your weight training. Now, what I suggest in your weight training for a basic workout routine would be a circuit style workout. And I'll go through each one of these pieces of equipment to show you what you need in a basic circuit workout. Starting with a chest press. This is a chest press. This is going to cover the mid part of your upper body. And you're going to do a chest press with this machine to cover that. Typically in a weight training program, you're looking at a total body workout. So we're going to start from the upper body down to the lower body and all the major muscle groups in there. Okay, so there's the chest press. This particular circuit, we're here at Family Fun and Fitness in their Circuit 1 room. And this particular circuit is set up on what we would call opposing muscles or opposite muscles. So if I work the chest first, the opposite muscle that I want to work is the back. We're on a seated row here, and this seated row is going to allow you to work all the back muscles, the rhomboids, the rear delts, plus the lat muscles in the back. So there's two machines that work opposite as a part of this total body workout. And the next one is going to be a shoulder press. On this one, we're working the top part of the shoulder, and it's going to be this whole upper part of the shoulder, and also incorporating a little bit of the tricep at the top of the move. So this is the shoulder piece. The opposite of this pushing upward movement is going to be a lat pull down. The opposite movement is going to be a lat pull down. So that's this piece here. So again, we're going to be working some opposite muscles than we did on the first one. So we're pulling down, we're going to hit those lat muscles again. We're going to work a little bit of the bicep with that move as well. Okay, so far we've covered 4 machines. This next one, we go into some smaller muscles. Those are kind of major muscles that we hit there, the chest and the back. Now we're going to look at some smaller muscles. This is a bicep curl. So the front of the arm, we're going to do a bicep curl off of this machine here. And then we'll look at the opposite movement of that, of the bicep curl. All right, guys, the opposite movement of that bicep curl is going to be your tricep press down. So you're going to sit here and press away with this tricep press machine. We're hitting the triceps, which is the back side of the arm. And the majority of this part of the arm is the tricep. So this is a machine that's going to, you'll use a little bit more weight on this machine than you would this machine on the bicep. Okay, so those two kind of work side by side, opposite muscle groups. And then we get into a little bit of core conditioning. This is a crunch machine, so you're going to do an ab crunch here, sitting in and crunching down with this machine here for the abs. And then the opposing muscle to the abs is going to be the back. This is a great machine, a back extension. You're going to actually sit down and almost like you're in a recliner sitting back. So you're going to sit down and recline back, and with resistance on there for the opposing muscle to the ab area is the back area. By the way, this whole ab and back, this opposing muscle area, we call that the core. And we'll get a little bit more into core conditioning as your third part of the workout, plus flexibility here in a minute. But that's your ab and your back, those two opposing muscles for that. And finally, guys, we're going to get into the leg area. The legs are the biggest muscles in the body. And we will use something like this, which is a leg extension that covers the whole quadricep of the front of the leg area. And all we'll do here is sit down and extend the legs out and then back. And then the opposing muscle to that leg extension is the leg curl. Okay, so the back of the leg, and this is going to hit all the hamstring area in the back of the leg curl. Okay, so that is 10 machines that cover from the chest to the legs, a total body workout. We have 2 smaller muscle groups in there, bi and tri, and some other muscles in there, the shoulders. All those will end up being a total body workout when you do all 10 of those. Okay, and as far as the number of reps and how often and what intensity level, what I would do is between 12 and 15 repetitions. You would do that for at least 1 set at the beginning. Make sure you can get all through all the machines at the beginning. You don't want to add that second set until you know that you can get through a full routine with just 1 set. And maybe within a couple weeks, as you get used to it, you can go back and do your second set. And that way you add a little bit more intensity by adding a little bit more volume with your second set. But initially, that very first workout of your basic workout routine, I would definitely just do 1 set per machine, 12 to 15 repetitions. Make sure you get through all of it. Within 2 to 3 weeks, come back and do your second set and add that to it. And I won't get into too much more detail about how to intensify your workout. That's kind of going to be something else we'll talk about. How, when you get this routine of 1 or 2 sets down to where it's fairly easy, how do you change that? How do you make it a little bit more intense? How do you vary that workout to keep it fresh? We'll go through some of those ideas a little bit later on that, okay? And then we'll come back and talk about your third part of the basic workout routine. All right, guys, the third part of your basic workout routine is going to be core strength and flexibility. So we're going to cover the core strength part of this first. I have Riley here who's going to help us out, and I'm going to have Riley show you how to do a basic plank. This plank is a static movement where he's going to be on his elbows, extended out, and he's going to be supported by his elbows and his toes, and the core is going to be worked in that. So Riley, here we go. We're going to go here, and he's going to extend all the way out. He's on his elbows here. His hands are relaxed, and I want you to think about when you do this movement not to tense up anything except this whole midsection area. Okay, so right now he's drawing his abs in very, very tightly there, drawing the navel into the spine area, trying to think about that navel being drawn in tightly. His back is here, and if you notice how flat his back is right now, that's very important for this move. And then he's extended all the way out. Now, if you wanted to modify this, Riley, what I'll do is just drop your knees for a second. Here's a nice modification, guys, for this move, is to drop your knees. Even if you can do the extended out all the way fully and you get a little fatigued and you want to modify it, drop the knees and then Riley go right back up. Boom, and knees back up to the regular one. So that's one way to modify a plank hold, a very basic move for the core. Okay? All right, Riley, relax there and turn over. We're going to go to another move that you can do for the core. We call this a basic bicycle. So he's going to be here, his hands, only the fingertips behind his head, and he's going to be going to a extension of the legs, boom, and he's alternating, bringing the elbows to the knees and extending the legs out. Okay, what I like about this move, it's one of the most muscle recruiting moves you can do for the abdominal area, and it's fairly easy to do, and it's also modifiable. If he wanted to drop his hands down to the side and just work just the legs, boom, there's one way he can modify that, and that way it's a little bit easier. If he wanted to not go as far out with the legs and kind of go a short bicycle, he could do that as well, okay? And so it's very easily modifiable. The back is supported to the ground, and at the same time, a lot of muscle is being recruited here, okay? Another move I'm going to have him do, Riley, go ahead and grab the ball there. We call this a ball transfer. So he's literally going to be transferring the ball from his feet to his hands. We call this a long lever move. So he's extended here in a long lever. His arms over his head. He's going to bring the ball up over his head, transfer to his hands. The feet come back down. He's going to go back again, transfer it there. Good. He's exhaling on the way up. Boom. And then coming back down and exhaling again. Okay? All right. There you go, Riley. Good. And then bringing it back up. If he wanted to modify this, if this is too extreme, he can shorten his lever, having the knees really bent here. So go ahead and bend the knee. He's going to come down very close here and then right back. Notice he didn't use his arms overhead that last time. So he took his arms out and he shortened the lever for the legs so that it's not as intense on the core. All right? Guys, there's your three parts to your basic workout routine. We covered the cardio part of the workout, we covered the total body weight training part of your basic workout routine, and we covered the core strength, and now we're going to add the flexibility part to it. Okay guys, the final part of this basic workout routine is flexibility. When we work out, we started of course with the cardio, and then we did the weight training and the core conditioning. The flexibility is going to keep your body able to continue to move with full range of motion. Okay, so after you've worked out, you want to stretch and make sure that you have that kind of flexibility in your workout. I've got Riley here to help us here. Riley, we're going to go into a stretch for the back. He's just going to reach his arms all the way forward. Remember on the weight training we did the lat pull down, and we did a seated row move for that, or showed you the machine for the seated row, so that he would be working the back muscles. So in order to stretch the back muscles, he's going to reach his arms all the way forward, all the way there, good. All right, relax there, and then stretch the chest, which you're going to reach all the way back. Remember we did a seated chest press, so if you notice here, his shoulders are retracted down, he's stretching through the pectorals and the front deltoid, and relaxing the shoulders down and retracting, good. And that's going to stretch the chest area. We worked individual arm muscles, the bicep and tricep. A good bicep stretch, he's going to just stretch his arms out and turn his thumbs downward, good, and then reach back, and that's going to stretch all the way through the bicep area of the arm. And then for the tricep, you're just going to reach overhead and he's going to drop one hand down, and he's hitting the tricep part of this stretch here in his tricep. Another part of this is a nice flexibility stretch through the shoulder. He's reaching his hand down his back, which is a great way to stretch have the flexibility remain in the shoulder area. Okay, and then finally we're moving down to the leg area. Let's go with the quadricep stretch. He's just going to brace himself there and stretch like this. Stretch for the quadricep. You always want to kind of line up in line with the other leg. He's stretching the front of the leg, the quadricep, and then he's just going to step out with that same leg, put his heel down and reach for his toe. And now he's stretching the hamstring, the back of the leg in this area here, okay? So we really do want to work on flexibility, maintaining that range of motion in all these areas. As we start to weight train and train certain areas, sometimes if we don't stretch, we start getting a limited range of motion in those areas. And once that starts to happen, we can set ourselves up for injury because the muscles can then become imbalanced. So we want to continue to maintain the full range of motion. Okay, guys, that completes your total body workout for your basic workout routine. And again, here we are here at Family Fun and Fitness showing you these routines at Commit to Fit for Life. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back later. Continue to watch. Thanks for watching. My goal at Commit to Fit for Life is to provide you with the best possible information related to fitness and helping you reach your ultimate fitness level. If there's anything specific about fitness or any training programs you'd like to see more of, please leave me a comment below and let me know. I would also love to hear about your goals and your fitness journey. The Commit to Fit for Life team will always be here to help you every step of the way. If you liked the video, please share it with your friends and family and stay up to date with all of my latest training videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel through the button below. There are plenty of new videos to come in the upcoming weeks. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.